We have been watching the violent crackdowns on the peaceful pro-democracy demonstrators in Myanmar with horror and with frustrations, and we're still seeing no end in sight yet. But as a member of the House Committee on Foreign Affairs, you still feel optimistic that eventually there will be a peaceful way out of this.
I'm an optimist, so definitely there must be a way out eventually, but it depends on how much loss and sufferings will take place in the country, and we pray for them not to have to face too many of those sufferings, and we hope that all stakeholders, all sides would work together peacefully to find peaceful solution to what's happening in the country.
And it is quite clear that the pressure, the onus is on ASEAN countries, especially Thailand, to help find a way out for Myanmar. So how do you see the role of ASEAN at this very juncture then?
Well, at this point in time, our integration has been deepened. Areas of cooperation has been broadened very, very much. So therefore, whatever happened in one country will affect the others. We have ASEAN charters, which is very important to the world, showing to the world that we are united front in terms of our integration. And so therefore, what's happening in Myanmar, it's nobody in this peaceful world, and we like it, would be able to accept what's happening in the country. Because I just don't like the result of the elections. I have the force and I use it to take over the country. I can put somebody, I can arrest people and leave them with no options to fight their case in the court of law through the judicial process. So that's very important. That's very disturbing for the whole international community. And we hope that would come to an end very quickly. Now, with the crackdown, you start seeing losses, tremendous losses, loss of lives, victims of the families suffering tremendously. We don't like to see that, and it only make the matter worse, even in country, by the people themselves.
But probably ASEAN is worrying with the principle of non-interference and do not want to take or intervene in the politics of Myanmar directly. So what should be the take of ASEAN?
Well, in the past we always preach non-interference, but in fact, in reality, behind the scenes, there have always been some sort of discussions, some sort of pressure in order for ASEAN members to find a way to do the right thing by others and by themselves, by their people as well. So I think by preaching non-interference as a reason for not doing anything is wrong. At this point, you cannot anymore afford that kind of action. But in fact, we can be. It's just like you have quarrels in a family. If we treat them sincerely, with all due respect for their rights and existence, and we try to offer a helping hand to provide them a stage for them to talk, to discuss, to find solution, and we can be even part of a solution. Wouldn't that be better for everyone? I think it would be. And we do it not because of our own interest, because of collective interest of the region.
And who should take the leading role on behalf of ASEAN? We see right now Singaporean foreign minister is trying to meet up with the Brunei chairman of ASEAN and foreign minister of Indonesia and Malaysia. Is it on the right track?
Well, they did that because Brunei is the chair and he is the first one to make a statement which is stronger than whatever happened in the past when we have this kind of similar crisis. Now, but what's important is ASEAN must continue to try to have dialogues with everyone, all sides. Not taking sides, but having dialogues or provide a stage where people can get together and have discussions. But more importantly, all the major countries in this region, not among ASEAN only, but the country like Russia, China, they all have a role to play. And I think the signal that we have seen from the latest signal from a country like Russia and China, it's been a welcome change from the last 2 months, where they try to say that, oh, it's internal matter, we don't get involved. But at this point, there has been clear request that all sides should work together to find solution.
Do many people believe that the situation in Myanmar is now putting ASEAN's credibility on the line? And if ASEAN fails to help find a way out for a peaceful way out for the country, then the perception, the claim of so-called ASEAN centrality will be very much undermined.
Oh, credibility of ASEAN is at stake. There's no doubt about it. And I think if we seize this opportunity to collectively find a good outcome, good solution, credibility of ASEAN will increase. Yeah. But yet at the same time, if we fail to take any meaningful action, then our credibility would be affected. We don't want to see that.